Hi, and welcome to Amazon's Virtual Kids Week to visit amazing animals. My name is Kelly, and I'm an animal keeper here at the Woodland Park Zoo, a community partner with Amazon right here in Seattle. Today, we're going to be meeting some rhinos to learn how we care for them in our zoo and in the wild.
Hello, my name is Chad, and I'm a keeper here at Woodland Park Zoo. I'm here to introduce you to two of my good friends right here, Taj and Glenn. These are greater one-horned rhinos, also known as Indian or Nepalese rhino because of where they're found throughout the world. They're also from another country called Bhutan as well. And you can see why they're called greater one-horned rhinos, because they do only have one horn. Now these guys are actually one of the largest land mammals in the world. Right now the boys are just about 3,000 pounds, but that's only half of what they will weigh. They're going to be close to 6,000 pounds when they're fully grown, almost 6 feet tall at the shoulder, and close to 13 feet long. So they've got a lot of growing to do. These guys are what we call herbivores, so they eat mostly plants, and right now they're getting about 60 pounds of food a day, believe it or not. Now, greater one-horned rhinos have a lot of really cool adaptations, and the first one you can probably see are those lips that they have, especially that upper lip right there. That's what we call a semi-prehensile lip. And what that does is it takes the food in front of it and it helps move it right into their mouth, just like that. Now that lip takes it onto that big conveyor belt of a tongue, past the 24 molars that they have, and down into that throat and then into their stomach. Now if you notice, rhinos have very large nostrils and also very large ears, which means that these guys can hear really well and also smell really well. But if you take a look at their eyes are very small, and they're on the side of their head, which makes it very difficult for them to see. Think about if your eyes were where your ears were right now. It'd be very difficult to see. And that's a sound right there, one of the sounds that these guys make. They do have a lot of different sounds that they make, everything from a roar to a chuff to a snort, even a growl, believe it or not. And Taj actually likes to moo. And you can see I'm feeding these guys some of their favorite foods, which is actually sweet potatoes, carrots, and also apples. Normally, their main diet would be hay, which you might have seen them eating just a little bit earlier. It's all over the ground right there. Now, these guys are what we call an ungulate. In fact, they are a three-toed ungulate. If you look at their feet right there, you notice that they do have 3 individual toes on their front feet and their rear. The closest living relative to these guys are the Malayan tapirs, and we actually do have some of those right here at the zoo as well. Very cool. And you can see a lot of similarities within these two guys. Now, their skin. Their skin is actually very thick. And if you look at it, a lot of people say it looks just like armor. And it is. It's exactly what it is. In fact, it is. It's very much like armor. Because you won't see it now, but these guys will, as they grow, they're going to start to grow very sharp and long incisors, lower incisors, that as they get as they get older, they'll become aggressive with one another, and they'll actually use those to fight. Hence the reason for that very thick and armored-like skin. It's going to be there to actually help protect everything that these guys need protected, like the jugular vein, their heart area, their stomach area, groin, and even their tail actually fits in this really, maybe we can get Taj to turn around, fits in this very cool channel, makes it much more difficult, perfect, right on cue, for the other rhino to actually bite that tail right there. So it's very cool. You can see it looks like they actually have pants on, believe it or not. But that skin that's hanging right there, like I said, actually helps protect the groin and the legs and actually part of the stomach as well too. So it's very cool. Now, I want to take you to one of the most important things, and that is the horn of this rhino. Now these guys tend to have much smaller horns than, say, the African rhino. 1.5 to 2 feet is pretty much full size for these guys, but they do wear it down. They do what's called grooming it, so they get to make whatever the shape they want to, very similar to what we would do with our fingernails. And it's kind of a cool similarity there. Their horn is actually made out of the same material as our fingernails. It's called keratin. And Their horn grows just like a fingernail. Now, if you think of our thumbnail, for example, as their horn, our thumbnail grows out. Just think of theirs as growing up right there. It sits on a pad that's on the top of their skull right there. Now, there are a lot of different cultures that believe rhino horn has quite a few different magical and medicinal purposes. Can cure everything from a hangover and a headache all the way up to like cancer. But that is not true. We know that if we chew on our fingernails, we don't get any better if we're not feeling well. So it's one of the reasons why these guys, the numbers are becoming low and low. Now, at the turn of the century, there was about 200 of these rhinos left. Right now, we're very, very fortunate to have about 3,650. That's still not a lot, but it is getting better and better. And one of the reasons why we're doing that is we're taking very, very good care of protecting these guys. Now, one of the things you guys can do is actually help to spread the word and to tell other people about what the true story of the rhinoceros' horn is. Now, thanks so much for joining me. It's been great to have you, and I hope you end up loving rhinos just as much as I do.
We really hope you learned something new, something fun, and enjoyed your time with us. From all of us here at the Woodland Park Zoo in Seattle, thank you for joining us for Amazon's Virtual Kids Week.